Now let's talk about accomplishment. Nearly every accomplishment in life gives opportunity for equivalent identity. Thus, it is important to examine how accomplishment can be utilized to build your desired identity. Take for instance two individuals who achieve the same accomplishment, but you realize the identity one portrays is different from the identity the other one portrays. And this is actually a function of paradigms, which as well is in synchronizations with belief. And most instances, people don't actually give consideration to the relevant or to how best they can utilize their accomplishment to their purpose. Take for instance someone or two individuals who rise to the ladder or to the head of an organization. You realize the the identity was actually altered by virtue of that accomplishment. That is, one of them's dispositions or identity was altered by virtue of that accomplishment, while the other person really doesn't allow such accomplishment to alter his or her identity. No doubt about the fact that beliefs as well as paradigm has a major role to play in this instance, and in most instances some people often don't give attention to how the accomplishment is actually altering their desired identity or altering their identity. And that's due to the fact that they've actually not been able to establish a unique identity and build their life around such identity. But in instances where an identity is established, where one has a desired identity, which is contributing positively to one's value or to one's life, no doubt about the fact that accomplishment would as well not be able to alter such identity. There are instances in which when people don't have a unique identity and they rise to a certain level of accomplishment and they allow such accomplishment to alter their identity from what actually led them to that very accomplishment level, in one way or the other, such accomplishment are being sabotaged. Why? Because they allow the accomplishment to alter their identity. But in instances where one has a unique identity and one guides those identity and doesn't allow accomplishment to alter their identity in a negative way, you realize they would always record primary sources over a long period of time, as compared to someone who subjects his or her identity to randomness in relation to accomplishment. And thus, as a result of one's accomplishment, one begins to have an identity tailored towards the negative directions. And before you realize it, one wouldn't be able to think what's actually contributing to the negativity or to the negative trajectory or the downward trajectory in area of success. So it is important for one to see how best he or she can establish a unique identity tailored towards accomplishment along with other extrinsic identity determinants.